I know we're gonna meet someday in the crumbled financial institutions of this land. There will be tables and chairs, pony rides and dancing bears. There's even gonna be a band. Cause it's an after the fall, there'll be no more countries, no currencies at all. We're gonna live on our wits, we're gonna throw away survival kits, straight butterfly and knives for Adderall. And that's not all. Whoa, there will be snacks. That's right, there's gonna be all kinds of snacks, so don't worry, everything's gonna be just fine.
Hello everyone. So, I have received a number of comments on the videos that I posted towards the end of the year and into the first part of this year that were all pre-recorded. And I've received a lot of comments in there that were very positive and wishing me well and asking me, saying that they were hoping that I was doing well. And I really appreciated that. So I thought that maybe a personal update was kind of like appropriate, even though I don't really, in the past, I don't really do a lot of these personal updates, if any. And I've only really done it in relation to like my cancer diagnosis and stuff, really. So I thought it would, I thought it would be appropriate if I did one right now. What does everybody know? What do they not know? I mean, there's some people that talk in this community or what, the VC or whatever that talk to me more directly that know a lot more and pretty much are caught up on everything. But then there's many of you that just watch my videos and that don't know. And so I thought I would give everybody the update there. So I had my cancer diagnosis, and then on December 12th, I had my surgery. Basically, the tumor was at the junction of the esophagus and the stomach. And it was very small. It was like, stage 1B or whatever. Unfortunately, in that instance, you have to have a gastrectomy. You either have an esophagectomy or a gastrectomy. And the recommendation from my care team at Duke was gastrectomy. So they basically removed the entire stomach and then a little bit around a little bit up the esophagus because it was right at the juncture, right? And then they removed a bunch of lymph nodes around those surrounding areas too, for the pathology report. So then they do the surgery, they did the pathology, and it came back as a pathological complete response, which means that they found no cancer. So there was no cancer in the lymph nodes, there was no cancerous cells found in the mass, what was left there of the mass. And so that means that the chemo did its work. And then the surgery did the rest. And so for right now, I'm in remission. So no cancer. And that's good. And we're very happy about that. And trying to lean into that being the main thing. All that said, the effects of the gastrectomy have been very difficult. And they have been really, really hard. And they've been the hardest part of all of this. Now, I knew that there were going to be hard things about it, right? Certain foods that I'm not going to be able to eat. Certain foods I may never be able to eat ever again. But it's actually been more just about the physical parts of it that have been really hard. I just have not had the appetite that I really need to have or should have. And listen, everybody's body responds differently. There are some people that have gone through this that could probably tell you that they've experienced a lot of what I'm experiencing. And then there are others that just experienced some of it and maybe got over it quicker or whatever. Now, I'm 7.5 weeks out from my surgery. That is still not really a lot of time for such a big surgery. And a lot of people don't really get into a real consistent routine with their nutrition until, 6 months out. And so I've still got a long way to go. But I'm just dealing with a lot of things internally, like my organs, what's left, are all trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Like, you just took this guy, you took a guy off our team that is like pretty important to what's going on down here, this reservoir, and this guy that would like break down a lot of things, and it's not there anymore. And so how are we supposed to cope with that, right? And so, yeah, it's just really made it really hard for me to get the nutrition that I need on a consistent basis. And because of that, I have lost a lot more weight than they've wanted me to lose up to this point. Now, when I got home from the hospital after my surgery, I was already down over 20 pounds. And now I am like maybe slightly over 50 down. So it's been a lot. It's been a lot of weight loss. Now, I've wanted to lose weight for several years, and I've kind of gone through these peaks and valleys since my oldest son was born. But and going into my surgery, I was the heaviest I've ever been in my life. Also because I was eating everything in sight, because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to after the surgery. But yeah, that's still a lot of weight to lose in such a short amount of time. And so now I have to go back to Duke next week to get a feeding tube placed, so that I am getting the nutrition that I need, the calories that I need, and everything to kind of like help stabilize my weight. So there's two types of feeding tubes that you can get. You can get one directly placed in the small intestine, but then there's another one that is like an NJ tube that basically I'll have something like dangling out of my nose, which I'm not looking forward to. That's the one they're going to go with because it's more temporary, and it's not the one that I really want to go with because I don't really want to have this thing dangling out of my nose. I don't feel like being around people with that. But we got to do what we got to do to get right, and I'm just gonna do it. We gotta do what we gotta do, right? So the other reason why I wanted to make this video really quickly was, again, just to thank everybody for the support. I truly believe that it helped make a difference. All the positive vibes, prayers, if that's your thing, everything. I mean, I truly believe that it helped make a difference, for real. I also had some friends in the community, Alex, Dom, Dave, Davis, that all sent me some records, which was really nice. I think my wife would have probably preferred a DoorDash gift card or something like that. But I appreciate it nonetheless. That's what we do, crazy record nerds. When somebody's having a hard time, we send them records. But I really appreciate it, guys. And I will admit, I haven't gotten to them. In fact, you see the top of that red bag right there. That's where they all are. I have kind of been leaning into more records that I'm just like overly familiar with. There's almost like a sense of nostalgia that I've kind of leaned into lately with a lot of my listening. And almost, I think everything that was given to me was completely brand new to me. And but I promise I will get to them at some point. And I still have a lot of healing to do, Alex. So those healing records will still really have a purpose. So none of those gifts were wasted at all. I just really appreciate you guys thinking of me. And then, you know, I've just been, you know, texting and chatting with a lot of you throughout this whole thing. And a lot of times I just, about nothing, just to kind of keep my mind off stuff, you know? So I'm actually better off not talking about everything that I'm going through. And better off just kind of like texting about dorky shit, you know? So anyway, again, I just want to say that I appreciate all the support. I'm going to post the Americana tag response eventually. I still have to record it, but I definitely want to do that. And then, I don't know, you might not hear from me again for a little while, maybe until I get on the other side of the feeding tube. And then we'll get back to it, because I have a lot of things that I want to talk about this year and do this year. So, yeah. I hope everybody's doing well, and we'll catch you in the next video. All right, bye.
Digital gramophone makes no sense.